Inter say baby obefabia na Kwame de gugu animi
Ken the woman nim ne de menuoma ananka atamfo pese omunyame menuoma ni we na no pese omu de ha ma adwen no
Kwame ede ne kurakura no
se na abodwese no pese omu yi free o no
unu no abodwese no
adwene kura sa wo
adwene wo abodwese no
ntimi nunu ade
na baso na fo no pese omu yi
pese omu yi trin etuatua ho
bi wo abodwese no fa abodwese no yayi ne ma me wade because I say tika we nyine be free o
anke be free o odon femfem
uja ya che
eje se adwuna bem kama kombe ya ko we na kom de be sritri ho no
omu de be yi no
enda Biggy si na ma se pensioner no
ka be se pensioner oko social media no so ba bi na mo yayi
ba be anka we su mintimi nyusu biem
we na the brush uti no
anka mintimi
uti esakora ya brush
David
okay
ana apaso esusu anka mintimi mfa treme
de na wo de yeden
de tremu de bubu so na fa level
nunu ma basa fo no
mami nunum kakra mami nunum asa foi wo kama kenye sanke ne die mawu
okay
anka mawu
okay chama Ike the minor and say ubube fu Kwame Dela pa ai Kwame sana omamini wo
enye izo na uni ma rehosem
u pictures ni bia na yesakola no so de nko yi kura
ma rehosem pa Kweku me kanene me name is small boy called Washington
ono ba no
ana yekohu lawyer baako ana oyi saa editing sakura no ana ode kira kra ne say hwan ni osi onim no ana so papa osi da bia je papa ana me si enti aka butwa sakura aka me bakro hu yo
ba no so onim onye wa oje chinye say nyane papa no because we dey kawa ka beti boy you mame very mame what you say why lucky pa Kwame Dela
di anka mo ba sa for so di anka me no ma anka me no ma na ba se wini match bi akemenda
onda
be ne day ba sa for na me adom a bibia be kama
Kwame yenko
Ken on a more serious note Enra UEFA Champions League semi-final ewo gusepe mienza ye ball 90 minutes ni wie ye no ekopaye so na was ye ko extra time ana Inter Milan for ko wini ye so between Barcelona and Inter Milan for qualified to the final on aggregate no ekoye 7-6 edema Inter Milan no mo ko manim Barca ntimi anko. To be honest with you, first leg ne second leg no match a Inter ne Barcelona sell edia mewiase no two teams ni na deserve credit. Enra the performance of both clubs based on the first leg and the second leg anka obi obe qualify bia deserve so qualify. Barca deserve so qualify to the final. Inter so equally a deserve. Can hardly ana obehu say ye boss semi-final game first leg and second leg na goals are produce no 13 goals ye ntan hu saade no UEFA Champions League semi-final 13 goals and the PM was our first leg and second leg no tell how our two teams no ema ye 5-star performance na performance of both clubs na wasro enra game na me witness say you know very simple. The first leg was for Inter Milan and a second half no Barcelona. First half na e course no enra wo gusepe mienza Inter ne fa first half no and a second half Barcelona e fa ye ka 90 minutes na so simple bi o hwe game ni bi ehun saade no na ken me be sha ase break game ni down the amount no obi atene ho ase in the first 45 minutes Inter Milan for dominate Barcelona no Barca in the first half the idea of the game ni say my Inter Milan for feeling comfortable on the ball so ye say game na see I was see a pressing Inter Milan for second tie ready ayenko yem pressing Inter Milan for man kasa half so ye say game na say no the Barcelona for idea of the game ni any approach ni say Inter Milan for build it from the back say omo build it from the back Ferran Torres Dani Olmo then Lamine Yamal ebe sha see pressing Inter Milan for man kasa half But in the first 45 minutes, Inter Milan were so smart in their build-up, say, Omoma Yansoma ebe a part of our build-up no, to create an extra man. No with the BT Barcelona for press. No. So anytime you build it up, Yansoma a part of the build-up. Na Inter Milan for the because na Barcelona for him say, ebe a Achebe, and a Bastoni in the best build-up nasi. By the first 45 minutes, Inter 4 years smart, and we involve Yansoma in their build-up. Yansoma beka no be extra mana. Then team a friend say Inter Milan. A pussy a players no majority of them baby a Dimarco wono. The moment on be pussy players in the Dimarco area hono. A force a branch friend say Eric Garcia say on free the right back position and be join Lami Yama. Na force omo amomako sa area ho. And on the ma Bastoni a lot of space and a Bastoni etimi carry ball no because at that time na oma double lap baby a Dimarco wo. Team a friend say Inter Milan enya numbers on the left side. Say Inter Milan for enya numbers on the left side. Lami Yama bebre. Lami Yama brad. There was best support to Lami no. A branch friend say Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia move pe. Team a friend say Inter Milan benya sa space. Bastoni beti ma carry ball. And team no asa wo check here. Bastoni a lot of ball carries because Otiminya sa space no. The moment on be force Barcelona to the left side or no. Na a creative space say on be switch e dey akọ the right side. E dey akọ baby a Danzel ewono so mama sa picture near here anytime bia no omutimi switch play edeko baby a Danzel wono so team friend say Inter Milan omo force Barcelona to the left side na a free abante friend say Danzel na omo switch play edeko so the first 45 minutes adia me hu ni say Inter Milan were able to beat Barcelona press at the same time Barcelona highline no omutimi beat that was the first thing I me hu ye me patcho be ba ho yendru the first thing I me hu ye the second thing I me say hu ni say Inter Milan for without the ball. How are no more pressing no proper counter pressing. Baby a omulusu ball no e hwa no mbe yire wa pressing. Sa wo be kai first leg na Barcelona for first leg no a omu ball wa Barcelona fie no na Inter Milan for ni city deep. Hardly na bon say Inter Milan for ebe pressing Barcelona for Barcelona half. Benra e wo gusepe mienza the first 45 minutes. Ken nioma sesaye. Afide na Inter Milan for decide say omo nsuro Barcelona omo bayire Barcelona for a press omo e wo mankasa half so enu Barcelona for in the first 45 minutes enya central control enu bi anema omo ko press Dani Olmo mistake oyeye ema omo ko this is the clear example Dani Olmo je ball no 3 Inter Milan 4 players ye counter pressing on Dani Olmo and omo win ball na ball no ko the first goal for Barcelona so the first half Inter Milan the first half adia me hu ye no how are Inter Milan for a press Barcelona for e yire omo je ball how we mutimi a BT Barcelona for press and how we BT Barcelona for high line no Ebuama Inter Milan for dominating Barcelona in the first 45 minutes e can who be and a first half Inter Milan for enya 2 goals so first half no Barcelona Inter Milan for outplay Barcelona Inter Milan coach Simone Inzaghi out coach ye Hansi Flick in the first 45 minutes the first half Papa friend says Simone Inzaghi clearly multiple functional player position across the field. Who say players no more multifunctional positions. Where we nya ade baako on the field of play. Clearly versatile shape. Say omu krabo na omu shape necessary on the field of play and clearly the principles no more apply in very well and omu boy according to the player's strength. So first half ni no Inter Milan for enya 8 attempt to score. 3 on target, 2 goals, 2 big chances. Barcelona in the first half 1 big chance, 1 shot on target. Barcelona first half. Uyi Lami Yama, Rafinha who born so first half. Dani Olmo who born so first half. Ferran Torres who born so first half. Gerard Martin who born so first half. So clearly, uye Barcelona fan first half no na eye Inter Milan dia. And ye ba second half. Minima sema Hansi Flick e catch Barcelona players no. Ye ba second half na game na sesa. After the Barcelona for be show great and tough mentality in the second half. Ye ba second half now say approach the mentality now Barcelona the ball first half na sesa. Omo mentality na sesa in the second half. Proper ball control in the second half. After the second half ye buy no Barcelona for ni control ball ne better proper than team my friend say Inter Milan. First half I know mu club ball no mu misplaced passes no. Second half no ma very calm control game ni. Ome pini Inter Milan for man kasa half. Players are not first half for me out of the game. Gradually no ma chance here pick up. So in the second half team my friend say Barcelona decided say after the use Gerard Martin to do a lot of ball deliveries into opposition third. So Barcelona for 2 goals or say ni nyina no. Check your branch friend said Gerard Martin. Player no mu twabo the first half. Na your man koyi mfa Gerard Martin in the first 45 minutes. But in the second half, the same Gerard Martin obi abona basu because the first goal na Barcelona nyaye no, Eric Garcia goal no, Gerard Martin and a assist. The second goal Gerard Martin. Clearly in the second half, Barcelona for take control. And to ubekaya first half na me catch say Barca ebo just 1 shot on target. By Kenya ba second half no. Now for the Barcelona benya 7 shot on target. E move for your big chances. Oma baba benya 3 goals. So nyoma sesaye edema Barcelona in the second half. So again back kwa first half ni Inter dia, second half ni Barcelona dia. By mbrani drew ye. Na tactics ni game ni. E go to a time. Na ken game ni nye tactics. Baby a game ni kodru ye no. Afi de unhu tactics wo game ni. Na eye team will minimize the risk. Team will show personality on the field of play. Team will have a strong mentality. Na enye tactics. And the boy Inter Milan at the time emu ye dey no. Now we say tactics ni game ni.
Again na Barca for here omo change the game no. Because our first half now second half second half. 2 different games. And again about Barca team win a game no after 3-2. No man sada Inter so do be na Inter for team impossible no. From there omo half for no team impossible no. Barca equal 3-2 non committee me equal 4-2. Again omo you right in the second half omo you wrong. Esama Inter for back to the game.
The omo you right in the second half one the mentality society. In the second half mentality no do game because mentality no how be apply no. Adwuma de na ba apply na na be game ni na be mu ani ayedene. So mentality was you betima sa back. And this season Barcelona actually say referee pon game a untimi nka say yapon.
Okay.
Omo that strong mentality. And intensity no the second half no so check second half na fi the omo win balls no with ease. And so check Rafinha third goal na hwe how omo win is abo no. So second half na nkasa no bibia sesa de ma Barcelona bo bokuo no. Ana omo pini Inter Milan. Inter Milan for momentum no omo nya ne second half no e drop e. Ana Barca de no sorry ye. By baby a play advantage for Inter Milan. E got to a time na was a Yansoma na a difference. Ken first leg second leg. Yansoma aye 14 saves.
14.
2 legs ni na the first leg was 7 saves. Enra 7 saves. Hwe Eric Garcia de no. Na hwe Lamine de no. Lamine de na edene enye kipa bia no betima yes ade no. Eno nim say Yansoma. Omo fa no 5.2 million euros. Ano mo fa no, ano mo ton nana. Oba ye no unhu difference. She obi te se Bastoni. Enra hwe stability bi o de be kire wo. O so character and personality enye hype. O perform very well. Denzel 2 legs ni na wa make 5-star performance. So Inter Milan for nya personality and omususu nya momentum no at the time a nyoma sesaye by Araujo de. Ken Barcelona for na fire na e so otiase. Hwe kwan of us consider is agbo no. Before the ball no mpokra 9 lead Achebe. And at this stage, we are center back. Achebe mpokra wanyini oni sa anwode no.
You are 37 years.
And tanka wasa okra no use so physicality in the beat no. And to say for fire Araujo.
So at this stage na hwinsi.
Hwinsi ye.
Nti ede no ma Achebe timi ko she go we.
Eno kai gundo wana sem wo kafa Araujo. Okay sir,
Javi time.
No. A do time bia. You admit your mistake and move on. But we ain't still na no defend it.
I say we so nyakaba.
No so nyakaba say. Enti e ade ba kwa to be honest with you.
Say.
We ye Barca fan Ken. Me maka. At the time Barca call form no. Me can many times say Barcelona be sorry. The young this season no. Barcelona emu be ye dancing. The young this season no.
Well,
next season ekono where you just science ne keke afina ba se mu be ye de enti we ba se ni amema are ho
next season ne ma be sesa no say players ne coach no be can next season afina City mu nyina be your team ye me patro Madrid fo nyina be your team ye next season obi be any team ye Liverpool be your team ye ti next season the Ayade Champions League na nya grow but am me ko be screen so na me nko makakra Dawson nyama ben na opese ye hu
Can we say na me redirect Ghana for Mbafamba the brace screens no so now let's have a conversation Kwame Dumora taxes nemo and ye mani be bebre SCC wo game ni one a very controversial na and ho nkomo na me mo ba be because we need to have those conversations now for ye di ho nkomo ye pa those controversial incidents no na me do ba be then we'll talk about the game itself into the moment also again it's about the Inter Milan Barcelona game akoso. On your screen say Lamine Yamal. I mean this picture trending very well. Na trending because we any Barcelona for main guy. Area game na conversation na kwa different. Ken mirror controversial incidents is a CG game anymore. But I want to draw our attention to something. Barcelona Atletico Madrid game ni ended 4-4. Now in that game, you bought bare 74 minutes. Now Barcelona were leading 4-2. Barcelona kept on playing high line. They kept on pushing players forward. 84 betse kano emani 4-4. One of those advices that people kept on saying is say, Hansi, oya die pa. Nemo, a Drew maybe he needs to manage the game. Okay. Ronald Royo at faults. Me per se, all those players people are mentioned are at fault, no. Coach also cannot take himself out of this equation. And I'm going to show you why. Ken, you the next one. Now me no mbon komo. 3-2. Barcelona for any counter attack. And a Pedri far ball. No. Ya po ball na wi other time na yebo. Pedri far ball no control ball no turn in the chi. And on the ball na Lamine Yamal. And Lamine Yamal catch in or ball shots about the po if you don't remember. Na a 3-2 yebe pon game no we na so. Barcelona 3-2 no ese so mu defend it. Now, so we grab a counter attack a 2 or 3 plays, you know. Counter attack, you know, and almost so play 6 plays our Inter Milan half. 6 of Barcelona's plays our Inter Milan for half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bono, ya puwe 90 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Inti, just 2.5 minutes. Near pong game, you know. Barcelona counter attack. Who compare then? Then you carry 6 players inside Inter Milan for half. Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Josefemi Lopez, Lewandowski, omu half. It's a young summer far ball, no. Sometimes now him DSC. Inter Milan for Pecati. Na Inter Milan on Pecati, and one ball long ball, sir. Then on Moye, Francesco Acerbi, or 6'4". Bastoni, 6'3". Then Fritz no original right wing back, no. Osunwa. And Marcus Thuram, 4 players or we now so. It's ball no form ball long balls. It's the next one. Barcelona comment to Omo through, and I'll say it is the coach's fault. No more ball is Simwana. Omo Fabo Pau Kubasi. A better no prehebo. And so at this stage, Sima Akaka Krebe Mayapon. Ken, first of all, you ask yourself, what kind of defensive organization is this? Yapon one area. Few minutes. I don't get it.
Or to bench or hurry.
Sebon ya put na o place ni nyina akọ na moti wa hwa omo.
It's about 3-4.
3-4.
3v4.
And the ball no ko wiem a omo control the ball no a. And the ball no we'll talk about that game next year. Now back again to the conference. Yenko next one. Now yenko individuals ade bia yeka. Ken. Crucial games be to say. Next one. Referee before this game or your top FIFA referee. The last World Cup by a boy, Argentina, France, when a day, nature said the level no was through. It was important to say such referee this is such a game. Now controversies there. Says hey, send your cameras they follow at the end, a follow baby. Now contrary to the people's arguments outside, meaning said this will be controversial. You're gamer, na passion ne just a name be break cost intro obi gina Barcelona hey obi gina Real Madrid hey no problem, but it is my job to be very objective and I'll tell you why. Next one. Yeah, be share individual controversies a see ye ne ya say referee no odi boni ye ana we di boni ye. Yeah, be start a game no. Diego Simeone kept on telling us to say he has a plan for Lamine Yamal. And also about the ball, Lamine Yamal. Said about more tackle na about 2. The coach lied. The plan was to butcher this boy. Okay, and say tactically he wanted to stop him. It was not tactics. The plan was that a static game no. Yenfa ehu ensa Lamine Yamal muntie twitwa no. It's even Bono, Lami Yamal, before I ever warm up, or park and so no move no. Not by some of the tension that boy no so. He started game na Dimarco, Elcon, born the ties. No way Elcon, no. It was just to put fear in the boy. But this boy, meaning, Obia will make it this boy. Because Uchanwa onsuro. Into that tactics not did not work. You the next one. Into hey, time at the Omuji Dimarco free one for by every time this guy got the better out of it. It's, you know, if they cannot stop Lami Yamal, then the going is going to open. Next one, fast. Nayenko. Another incident. I may say me sound so. I can answer, please. Next one. I had this controversial incident. Ken. 1-0 Barcelona for Ashe. Inter Milan in your counter attack. Na time attack way by they make out even say what a tackle. Journalist in Central for commentator Obia Bob Paukubasi Abaso. Because the tackle was great. Until Lautaro Martinez tough for no one sorry. He knew what he was doing. And now coach kept on telling the referee, master, Jai ball and Abasha boy in the BBSC. It's a replay by our news. Hey, and the BBSC. Then let's go and watch it again because the whole rule is that then a nine back ball on the first, no advantage. Only for only for the situation to come. You share highlights the and it was okay. Replay nature say Lautaro Martinez, then I and the car ball on the first. Eja Paukubasi. So our verdict for this is a clear penalty. So in this instance, the referee passed. Lami Yamal, the referee said so show Dimarco yellow card. He did not do it. Next one. Now for another controversial incident here. This is Inigo Martinez, and this is what Barcelona are not talking about. I think it is not fair. Chano global penalty this area, you know. A Nico Barella at the rule. Inigo Martinez na nye Achebi.
That's what's intentional, you know.
Meba. Achebi no mubu efu no because na otwitwa omu etire wo. De to so bio penalty incident bi ba ye bonebo na baso. Nti na se ne omu efu no. Nti go ne ba ya na Nicola Barella onu mom na ko huru no. Ohuru na otwam na Achebi so eba na ono so ye ne nsa sei. Ontimi kan kyerem se wan hyeda o hyeda. Because Obesin nenim and not channel call no tinto sunugu so. Wait, say a red card, 2-0 a red card and can no contest. Ken, so obi tinto su egu opponent is why a card be. A red. Refino, whether he escaped him or not, because Achebi, ye complaints che refino is a master. Kwasha va, because akwana ya debi. Wait, now you say you red Edma Inigo Martinez. That is my verdict. Next one. This was the penalty and Barcelona for EP about Achebi. Next one. Let's move on fast.
Penalty.
Can I any penalty? I'll not take it.
Abominable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll not take it as a penalty. So again, Ken, Osha screens and Oswa. Where Pedri? Radie. This is Pedri. This is Achebi. Barcelona for share goal no. Pedri went straight to Achebi. Say Okwako Bruno. Now watch the sequence very well. Because Achebi right for minutes 1. Barcelona for no contact kwasa. Inti Pedri ne kwa sere say master. Marshall. Yenko the next one. 3-2. Ya be Paul game ni hwede Pedri. The same Pedri hwede oyeye. Pedri na watch ne touch rama. Achebi ko tackle no say that tough. Say ye twa no. Hwe and watch ne touch rama. Esre Achebi say.
And Hana Barca did
3-2 ya pon awie. This is
why they celebrate you no.
Martinez. Cheso ohuru nkofo say ye wie.
Martin.
And Pedri so atwe ne touch rama. We are done. Because Achebi da na ha adwen. At this stage, Achebi ohuru no sa. And na Kwame, he was bent on getting the goal or code in him. Next one, please. Or he was bent on getting the goal or code in him or koyesa. And also goal, clearly you could see say this is what is trending. Last minute. Now, incidents were very controversial. Dan Fries and Elko and Olusu born with and all stretch it. I sound so I get born in control. And Martin Gerard and so on also born Coborno and also Lusu born those two players will be a Lusu born control into be a sound so airpray a born. Oh, screens and also. Then free se page and 9. Gerard Martin so page and 9. But looks like Gerard Martin 9 aboard them free says so bobo simultaneously.
But at the same time, we also Dan free city and 9.
Said on no stretch. On say the picture will show you say Ebia it wasn't a tackle. He was just stretching to pick the ball. Into air simultaneously. And an 9 ball, Danfrey sounds so ball. Also, the 9 wa. Maybe the 9 wa. My verdict was that kid. And no Kwabi say is seen a controversial. I said VAR for free because this led to a goal.
When he changed the game,
exactly 3-2. Now referee no, he was overwhelmed by Kofona Tsikadede. Into no Osro. Me sure say VAR for na at least they wanted to manage the game. Okay, yeah. Obo ne 9 no.
Jefa.
Obo ne 9 no. Obo no.
No so Jema Martin. Ebi mo say Martin na so man ne yedin.
So man ne yedin o. So amenye was it a foul or not? He fouled him. Obo ne 9 no.
Okay.
But I mean it is what is back in. Next one.
Penalty incident no la me yamade no.
Next one. So this was it. This was it. No ball no area penalty box anymore. But the tackle, this is the penalty line. Tackle no happen outside the penalty line.
Now Barcelona were complaining about 2 tackles at the same time. But we outside the box and essentially the 9 is under the echo box. Mjada no normal check only outside the box. Now the didn't bar we no man.
This tackle and a man lamia man lose balancer. Osanso Konyan was second tackle. So the first tackle was the one man lose balance.
So I don't know man get second tackle.
No. It's the first tackle the man lose balance. No. What I say, a man second one quite to say it was another tackle. It wasn't another tackle. It was that Lamia had lost the balance. What I say, any man who come by, I said this one did me. A clear set ball outside. It happened outside the penalty box. But again, one of those very important thing that came out. The Barcelona treble dream.
So Sakasen 2.
Say a bear double. Now, just like what Kwame said, you better train next year, 2026. Then we will know.
Then 2025,
She said, yeah, you are done. The next one, they would have to change this to 2026.
2026.
Say treble no a possible.
But I like this mentality from a year Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
Mobile meeting treble no.
Yeah.
Said
it was good because it was right after Javi told these boys to say they cannot compete. Then the coach comes in and tells you, hey master, it is not just that you are not competing, you are going to win treble. So though it is good, people are laughing at Barcelona and their football shows now there, but Charlie, these young guys, to be very honest, you catch us a Pauku Basi. Any Nigo Martinez 18 before and 5 or because the team no, you best but these they played throughout the season. They've done well, though they wanted the bigger treble. Very unfortunate.
I know screen is so and I know. Now, Biggy,
Ken,
Brana Bidin Kumaka Krama Biggy.
Ken, Inter Milan Barcelona. First of all, my memory Inter Milan.
Answer for Munya Botreka, Muburia, Memudia.
My memory Inter Milan Barcelona.
Okay.
They have done extremely well, to be honest. Barcelona ball am ahead this particular season. I need the kind of confidence that Barcelona the ball. I need the resilient nature of the Barcelona team. Say, Oka Chem is a team Bibeche Barcelona. To be honest, this is a team in Naboye, no Macheno, and Sana Magiatum say Omubetimi Achaomo. Because only Barca Bogema. I've said it, say on countless occasions, and Barcelona have proven this particular season, say no matter the opponent, just a game in Japan, and Sana Obetimi convinced say Ampa. Barcelona Lucy clearly tells the kind of footballer Barcelona about this particular season. Adiami who will game in Barcelona, I was say a no more pay quality bench. I bet me a match the quality of the players or my status. Edma Barcelona team no. With no disrespect to the players on the Barcelona bench. When Barcelona changes the kind of quality they have on the pitch. Most of the time free bench equally they are not that same quality and to that standard of the players.
Bench.
Of course, he was the only player no free bench and now Ubenya GDA say Orban will be making an impact. And I said before I step on the pitch, Ubenya GDA will muso be. But even with that, maybe say I see at the country coach they decided to now person or the Lewandowski bebem. Ebia from injury. And now Robert Lewandowski now looking at the performance of Bedinedi. He added nothing to the Barcelona team. One bebo bibia. I'm from Barcelona. In the absence of Inigo Martinez, nobody shows leadership at the Barcelona backline. Obiani. At the time our coach in changes, Inigo Martinez free game. Clearly you could see that Barcelona has lost something. Araujo and Timi and Fasadi number as an experienced central defender. How be expected? So no about the stability ba ababe generation my brother Inigo Martinez a free game anymore. Ken substitution now make one seven. If you are looking at the Inter Milan part, she players almost free bench. Inter Milan team nimba game anymore. They made impact for your Inter Milan Bobo Kuno. And that was the difference between the two teams. Owe player, that is Stefan De Vrij. Opportunity na achebi nyaye. Araujo enti mi antako niye. Giant man ball on share man here 3-3. At the point na Barcelona lead your moya pon game na anesano. Stefan De Vrij and making sure Araujo nya same opportunity ken. Onuni di mirika ba bewremu. Eba be clear ball ready free on ma. One penny ama Araujo any opportunity to play the ball. Eventually, yes also J4 crampo di tia Araujo. That is the kind of impact on one free bench in the buy. Mediterranean air bemono. Ebia wunya jidie wonimu because this season or more a lot of good football from my Inter Milan. But the fact still remains say Mediterranean an experienced and a good striker. Maybe onya ball no. Na na Chile force the goal post. He wasn't selfish. He realized that maybe a Fratesi Ginan he's in a better position. So only bet me about ball na she because on only facing goal post no. And no pia ball the man Fratesi. Na Fratesi bo shame. Inter Milan ababa be lead 4-3. That is the impactor. Substitutes from free bench. About game, you know, almost the bread the Inter Milan team, and that was the difference between Inter Milan and Barcelona. Oh, yeah, no, free one man.
Barca and Kweku fresh by no man.
Man for impact.
Araujo, Lewandowski.
Araujo, the open dia can support us. Libu club full because some few say, but previously, at least say Nico Martinez the free now Bemua. Who now the experienced player and we cheer on control backline about Barcelona. But one man for Robert Lewandowski. To be honest, me call this a coach in the Bebem because I feel the Champions League they do this stage and for the big boys, someone more experience at this stage. Any idea more number big game no experience in the sense that they've been there before and they know how to do it. And yes, sir, and 37-year-old Achebi and call an attack. Abrana who attackers 80-yard area anymore. It is because of the experience and the level he has gotten to. And Lewandowski couldn't do same for Barcelona. Then again, it comes back to Hansi Flick. Only they are taking over. Kweku illustrations, now or share the number of players I don't go Inter Milan have. They were still playing attacking football at a time. I know more advantage. So we defended the kind of goal they have gotten. Until at that moment, Nanka player about one who be here by Christiansen. He's a central defender. Bring him into the game. Make sure so double up the numbers we're on him. No one defend it because you are leading 3-2. Got 2 minutes. Ken, I'm a Yapon game, no. Sabren, they now the attacking football. We are only free one. The
coach no be about Barcelona when it's on Lucy.
Ken, he was part of the reason Inter Barcelona Lucy. Aside substitution, any coach, we are only free one. The experience of the Inter Milan team. Eboamomo. Ken team ne boy and rano. When said the last time Inter Milan could play in the Champions League finals, a chunk of this team, players in a woman, as much as 9, and we're not a part of Inter Milan squad, no more ball. Players from Marco 9.
Okay.
They were part of the squad. Almost ball finals against Manchester City. And they be because the tournament you would want to win. It is that same tournament you prepare yourself with. It's playing to the semi-final stage. It could do the final stage. But at least Oma crosses are head on it down. Last season, Oma knew that is very true. But that's who a chunk of those players are. Okay. Oma gaining the experience to get to the finals. It's no time like Coco Drew, Not coach are doing baby. It got to that point. Ube had the experienced players. Some of us stepping abnormal game in the amount. Because experience was going to be needed. The last time they played in the finals, na Bastoni woho, na Achebi woho, na Mathieu Damian woho. The Marco Dumfries were part of that team. Ken, in Finfi Honum, there was Akancha Hanoglu, there was Nicola Barella, there was Mkhitaryan, and in Honum there was Lautaro Martinez.
Okay.
Into how many Man City finals? No? Players Mako 9. No me a part of that Inter Milan team who in the finals against Manchester City.
So man to run pen account.
Yes.
Okay.
And look at the kind of improvement about him anymore. It made me feel that these two factors were the reason Inter Barcelona lose the game.
And even though why they can't find out for no mamem kona ochina waba be no mama. And then why they can't only Inter ko final Munich.
Bona Paris Saint-Germain ko boy against Arsenal. Any quality no more show. The only hope Arsenal has is Thomas Partey at back. That is the only hope. Unlike how they finished the first deal against Real Madrid 2 legs. No. I am seeing a double chance for Paris Saint-Germain.
PSG co final.
Yes, Obo home. That's advantage and experience our Champions League.
PSG Inter final.
Yes.
Ebede.
Pa.
Oh.
Ebede say they actually Barcelona ni Inter Milan ya.
Arsenal Inter final.
Say Arsenal to me qualifier fine.
Or mommy know about this season.
But Paris Saint-Germain have that advantage. Why?
Arsenal Inter about this season.
Arsenal Inter about Inter shine 1-0.
Okay.
Yes. Or mommy know about.
Into per final be.
Me dey minya ya nanke Arsenal Inter finals. But to be honest, Paris Saint-Germain had the advantage. Baby, omu gina say isia no. Any ball no mo ko ball Arsenal home ne there. Na obo fie enne no. E be difficult Arsenal be ko overturn the score line.
Me just say okay. No aye Biggy. But Mother's Day on the 11th Sunday ewo Makion restaurant. Mr. Obi amfa ne mame enko Makion.